Welcome to Review-O-Meter. I am your host, Peter, and tonight we are going to watch a Disney Channel movie. Hey. How excited are you all? Who actually likes Disney Channel movies and who doesn't?
I thoroughly enjoy them.
I miss them. They were part of my childhood.
I agree.
So long as it's not quince. I'm happy.
So the audience has no idea who just talked. So today we have Cesar.
Hi.
We have Yasmin.
Howdy.
We have Shang.
What's up?
We have Kevin.
Hey guys.
And introducing, we have Jose.
Hi. Hello.
Good job. All right. We have no idea what we're going to watch today. We're going to watch a Disney Channel movie. I guess if you are able to see the title of this podcast episode, you already know what you're coming in for. We have not. So we're going to get to that. I love Disney Channel original movies. And I think one of the things I really wanted to start this podcast for was to watch things I've seen in my youth. You know, maybe nostalgia kind of feeds off the favoritism here, but I really want to see something that I haven't seen in a while so I can compare it to today and see if it holds up. The Disney Channel original movies is a perfect example to see if things are going to hold up. But there's a good handful of Disney Channel original movies I've never even seen because there's 104 options that we might be able to get today.
Oh, that's a lot of movies. Wow.
Do you have a favorite one, Cesar?
I'm not sure if I have a favorite. I remember the fondest memory I remember watching a Disney Channel original movie would be High School Musical. That was like the pinnacle. And all
definitely the pinnacle, the most mainstream, the most popular. That was the Frozen of the Lion King, the Frozen of Disney Channel original movies, probably of Disney also, because that still was like had a big presence in the parks with the little High School Musical, High School Musical 2, little float that they had over at Hollywood Studios. I don't know if any of you ever seen that, but that was a thing. But the merch sold. Disney had a hit from the Disney network.
That is true. And then the third movie was in theaters. You had to pay money for that one.
It took me like 10 years to actually decide to go watch the third movie. And I think it worked better that way because it felt more like a reunion.
Nah, I just waited for them to, throw it up on Disney Channel. That's when I watched it.
Same. Yeah.
Because it wasn't featured on Disney Channel, it's not actually an option. Ooh. So of the High School Musicals, there's only High School Musical 1 and High School Musical 2. I think actually Disney Plus included the Sharpay movie that I've never seen before, but I don't think that was Disney Channel. I think that was probably just a straight to DVD. Anyone want to add anything?
Smart House had a slapping soundtrack.
Johnny Tsunami, pretty action packed.
Johnny Tsunami, Johnny Capahala back on board.
Yeah.
Fantastic ride of your life. I could not get over the fact that Johnny Tsunami is actually the grandpa and not, in fact, Johnny Capahala.
Who also got back on the board in the second one.
Also, if you were a child,
right.
It was kind of scarring because he was Shang Tsung.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie before.
Smart House is probably the most popular of the older ones. Johnny Tsunami also. I want to see Pixel Perfect.
I'm a big Twitches fan, so I'm hoping for...
Do you remember who the villain is in Twitches?
The uncle, yes, it's the uncle.
Spoiler, guys. What if we got that movie?
What's going
on?
What if
we got that movie and now we
now you just ruined it. If we get that, we gotta do it again.
I'm sorry, because that was a twist.
Well, I mean, is he also the villain in the second one? I don't know. The second one confuses me.
Spoilers.
Spoilers again.
Spoilers.
No.
I'm shaking my head. Yes. But do you remember his name?
I just.
Lando
my
Brown.
God.
I don't know.
Draco Malfoy.
All I remember is that he ended up marrying mom. I don't remember his name though.
Ew. The uncle married the mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait, what?
It's very Hamlet.
Okay, so their dad's brother. That's who the uncle is.
Yes, it's the dad's brother.
Which is still weird.
It's very weird.
All right, guys, and that's the Review-O-Meter of Twitches 1 and 2.
Have a good one. See you next week.
You're right. That would suck if we get Twitches now.
I swear.
That would really suck. It was okay. I've got his name. I looked it up. It's Dantos. Oh my God.
Say that again.
Tell me his name again.
Say that again.
Dantos.
How close does that sound to Thanos?
Thanos.
I remember rewatching it like 2 years ago, and they said his name. I'm like, what? Rewind. His name's freaking Thanos.
Thanos?
Yeah, Dantos. Yeah, that's weird.
Do bear?
He's a fan of toast.
Was that intentional, or did they mean to do that?
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
I think they're just looking for like
has
some
been
like
first.
weird sounding name because it's a fantasy kind of place.
It's Harry Potter.
Yeah.
They even have the Death Eater swirling cloud thing, the disapparating
That's what the
cloud.
darkness is, yeah.
Yeah, the darkness. Yeah. All right. I think at this time, it's time to randomize our options and see Twitches appear. No, okay, I'm kidding. Let's.
No,
all right,
Get
I'm
out
gonna
there. We're
hit
gonna
this.
get switches.
I swear, if it does, we gotta spin that again because we
No, we
can't do
don't.
that.
We
The
can't.
best.
That is
We
not
already-
the rules of the
We
game.
already-
We
we
have
already
to
know-
watch whatever it lands on.
We already know what's gonna happen. No, with switches.
The
I
audience knows now.
haven't seen Twitches in 4 years. This is me going based off of my high school memories.
You
Probably
see,
the
I
same
completely
thing.
forgot that movie until now. Now I remember everything thanks to you.
See, it just ruined the experience.
Yasmin, do you want to announce it?
Sure. I mean, I feel like Jose should do it. It's his first time.
Hey.
What are we talking about?
Just as I randomize it, you're gonna read the certain Google spreadsheet box, and that's just the title that we're gonna watch.
Where is that at? Where am I looking at?
Once I share the screen, hold on.
Okay.
You should say
you should-
switches no matter what it is,
Then
No, I swear, if we get switches, I'm gonna be so mad.
I'll be kind of mad now.
Yeah, because
No, I don't think I've ever seen Xenon.
Oh
You've
my
never
God,
seen
don't.
Xenon?
I'm sorry.
Zetus
Wow.
Lapidus, my guy.
So
I know.
saying zoom, zoom, zoom all
No.
day.
But I don't think I've seen from beginning to end.
I'm gonna admit it right now. Xenon's pretty stupid. I think
I
I,
love it,
definitely liked
though.
it more as a kid.
Oh.
If
I
we
think
watch
you are
Xenon,
wrong.
I'm gonna think it's stupid.
It holds
I-
up.
Whoa.
Oh,
The
weird.
first one is the
Very
best one,
accurate.
if you ask me, because the rest of them are just terrible.
I like.
Z2's got a point. Z3 kind of got,
Z3 was pretty popping when they had that concert.
the interactive
I like
find
remember
the Z's.
the Z's everywhere. That was the
Yeah.
thing. Guess how many Z's were in this movie, and you win
And
the
then
grand prize.
yes.
I remember that.
And then they took it away and they edited it and there's no more Z's.
Really?
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh,
You watch it now. I know because I watched recently. Not recently, it was like a year ago, 2 years ago.
that sucks. Because I remember when that was such a
That
big
kind of made that
deal.
movie.
All right, Jose, it's gonna be E2.
So read
Actually-
each where it says you lucky dog is where it would be, or Brink, where Brink is.
Where Brink is,
Brink,
because
yeah.
you like Brink, I will give you the choice of picking any of the boxes, any number in E, just so you can hopefully get your Brink. Because if I randomize,
I
Brink
already
will
look.
probably
Listen,
not be it.
I see E14 already, and I'm not about it.
Quint?
All right,
What the hell
all
is
right.
Quint?
It's
Well,
about
if
a
you watch
girl.
it, you get to know.
It's
It's
one
the
word movie.
non-exciting version of Halloween Town, where they have 5 babies.
Whoa!
It's a sister who has 5 tuplets. Yeah.
Yeah, quintuplets, yeah.
Quint.
It's
Yeah.
like Good Luck Charlie,
Ah.
but times 5.
Is the target demographic as a child who was 8 to 12 years old? That movie was not exciting for me. I wanted explosions. I wanted Xenon.
All right.
Dance party.
Okay. Maybe you'll get your Xenon. So let's activate the review. Oh, meter shuffler. Oh no, it broke. Caesar, get it started again.
I got it.
Caesar.
I got it. I got it.
Caesar!
Now. I got it now. We're good.
And the winner is
Rip Girls.
Rip Girls.
The surfing one.
I've never heard of this.
I've
I'm
never
literally
heard of
looking
either.
at it
What
right
movie
now
is
on
this?
Disney Channel.
Time to look
It's
this
another one of those. You want me to read the plot?
Sure,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Back to her homeland of Hawaii for the first time since she was a child. 13-year-old Sydney Miller learns she has inherited a large portion of land despite her quick decision to sell a major developer. Sydney discovers a deeper appreciation for her island home.
I freaking
What?
love that. I love that.
Can we talk about how a 13-year-old has ownership of property and is
And
able
she's
to make the
authorization
choice
to sell it.
take the
Yeah.
make the adult decision to sell it to a land developer? Can we talk about that?
Maybe her parents put it on their will. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Or
I
her,
don't.
maybe
I
her
don't think you can still give it to a 13.
father or grandmother. That just seems
Hey.
weird.
It
Can
says
you imagine this movie set in 2021?
Oh my god.
What the tagline would be? Getting ripped
2000.
tonight. R.I.P. girls.
I've never seen this, and it came out in 2000. This is interesting. I've never
was
even
like
heard
four.
of this.
I've
They-
never heard of this.
also
like
it says
four.
she's back to Hawaii since her first time since she was a child. She's 13. She's still a child.
Yeah.
This
This
is
is
like
Disney Channel, man. 13's a
you know
teenager.
when you go to McDonald's and you get is it for a boy or for a girl? And then instead of Johnny Tsunami, you get Rip Girls.
Oh my god.
Johnny
Okay.
Capoeira.
Rip
This is
girls.
Whoa,
fun.
we're surfing, dude. Yeah.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
gnarly, dude.
I mean, for a second I was thinking like ripped. I am not
Gonna hit that
interested in
jam.
this. I just want to say that. I guess we're
Whoa,
gonna
whoa.
just sit through this.
We have to-
Down
hey,
before even
welcome to
watching
my
it.
life.
My goodness.
Welcome to my life.
Hey, it's not Brink.
It's not Twitches.
It's
Oh,
not
God, it's
Quentin's.
not Twitches.
Who's complaining about
Listen, I
Brink? What is your
still
problem with
wish-
Brink?
It just
never-
looks bad. I'm sorry, Brink just looks so bad.
Brink
It's the
is
first one, right?
only one, right?
Or the
Brink.
first decom.
No, the first decom
Is-
is under wraps.
Oh, okay.
If you liked an extremely goofy movie and you want a live action equivalent, that is Brink.
So
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
an extremely goofy movie, not a goofy movie. Lowered the standards, but I still enjoy extremely goofy movie for your typical
I
80s college
love
movie.
Extremely goofy movie.
Do you love it more than Monsters University?
Yes.
Okay.
Whoa.
Unapologetically.
Whoa.
Goofy is a single father going back to school. Come on. We plot him for that.
I always like the part where his boss yells, "Get your own life!" No, that was Max. But in the dream why are we talking about an extremely goofy movie? We're just avoiding the fact that we have to watch Rip Girls. So
You're the one that's avoiding it.
because I don't want to watch it.
It looks so
This is
bad.
literally what we have to do now. I can already tell you exactly how this movie's going to play out. It's going to be about this girl who probably has an older brother or a best guy friend who's a surfer, and she just wants to learn how to be a surfer, but her friend or brother's all like, "Oh, no, that's for us boys. You know, you don't know what that's like." And she like wants to prove the best, and maybe her grandfather
What are
helps
these
her out or
voices?
something. And she gets like a not magic surfboard, but oh wait, that's
Magic
Teen Beach
surfer?
movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
But she just gets like a family relic surfboard, and she practices on that, and she shows them off in some sort of contest in the end of the movie. I see she has like some sort of camcorder here. I don't know, maybe she's like documenting her rip tides. That's what I'm expecting. That kind of
Wait. But isn't this about her selling her land?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
What do you think,
Maybe
Dad?
that's
Do
a
you
side
think it
plot?
like,
I think
so-
she's gonna be like, she comes back to Hawaii and then it's like, oh, you have to help make it into like hotel or something like that, or sell it.
or
And she's like, oh, let's just sell it. And then she's like, she falls in love with the land, and then she's like, okay, I'm going to keep it. But then the
or
person who's buying is like,
maybe
Alright, so
maybe,
who-
but maybe she also was like gone for so long that maybe she just became like a mainland girl, and when she goes back to her hometown in Hawaii,
A mainland
she-
girl.
she's no longer
mean,
like the
that's right.
Hawaiian native that she used to be. Hawaiian native, the
Hawaiian
person who's
native.
from Hawaii,
Ah,
who's
I
like
like
the
the native.
girl that she used to be, and her friends are like showing her off, like, oh yeah, if you're really still one of us, like, why don't you enter the competition? Going back to what my original theory was, but I'm still assuming there probably is some sort of like older brother character.
Where are we
that's
thinking that
just-
she got the land from, though?
I don't
I
know.
think-
Her parents are rich. I'm
Maybe her
assuming.
grandma. Maybe her grandma.
Her
You're
mother.
There's going to be an
Okay.
antagonist,
Her-
and this antagonist is
there
going
has to be
to
a-
try and convince her to sell this land to her.
Yeah.
And the answer is to be,
Agreed.
"No,
Ooh,
I
Agreed.
love
okay.
this land.
Or it's gonna
Okay.
I
be,
love this land so much. I'm going to surf on it."
or it's gonna be like a friend, like a random
Or-
stranger, and it's like, hey, you're cool. Let's be friends. And like slowly they're sneaking in, like, you should
And
sell
I'll
the
watch
land.
land.
Yeah, there we go.
And I want everyone to
he-
have this money shot in mind. It's going
Boom.
to pan to the guy who tried to get the land when she denies it, and he's just going to look salty.
Like the water.
Ah.
Well, everybody is like,
Damn.
everybody's cheering, everyone's going nuts.
All right, so I guess we're just gonna do this. Let's rip through this. This is the fun of this podcast, I guess.
What was the first one?
The what?
On the list? Like, what was the very first one on the list?
Like break, right?
Johnny,
I think it's Johnny.
Oh my god, we
was
could have
it?
watched
Wait.
one of the greatest
Oh.
decoms. But no,
Should have
Mr.
picked
Mr. Man said,
E2.
back
I
on board.
was like, wait, what was it? What did it end up being?
We could have watched Back on Board, Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off, Descendants 2, Twitches 2, Twitches 2,
No, no. Oh.
Phantom of the Megaplex, Tangled Before Ever After.
Tangled.
Which would be,
That would be, oh, that series is
I've never
Really
really
finished
good series,
it.
yeah.
High School
High
Musical
School
was after
Musical.
that.
Oh my
I was
goodness.
gonna date with them.
Descendants. Oh my goodness. So what a list.
This is the Caravan of Courage all over again. I just want to throw it out there.
Descendants is the first one's fine. Has its stupid moments, but it's fine. I get it. The third one has a really slapping soundtrack. That's for
It
sure.
really.
I don't know what it is.
Soundtrack. Good word choice. Slapping.
All right, so I guess I've been trying to avoid it long enough, but here we're gonna go watch Rip Girls. So join us.
I'm going to rip it a new one.
Yeah, right. Hopefully no one rips it.
There we go. There. All right.
We'll be back with
This is
our
gonna be
review
interesting.
and our thoughts after these messages.
Aloha! Welcome to the Horton Resort at Plantation Makai. Come explore the island of Makai and experience everything we have to offer at our newly built resort. Get ready for a remarkable and relaxing vacation amongst the island's natural habitat. But don't fret, we are aware of the dangers that lurk the island. That is why we implemented a few safety measures to help keep you safe throughout your stay. Here at the resort, you can visit the many wonders of Hawaii's natural beauty, including our magnificent beach, from a safe distance behind a guarded fence. Meet the whales in our wonderful IMAX theater experience, and hang 10 with the locals in our newly refurbished wave pool. That'll keep you safe from rip currents. And when the sun sets for night, that's when Makai comes alive in our island's traditional luau spectacular. Oh, but be careful, as we know fire is destructive. That is why our guests will be handed laser pointers instead. And for extra safety precautions, all batteries will be removed from every laser pointer to prevent anyone from blinding one another. Yes, Hawaii, your beautiful and relaxing vacation destination. Only here at the Horden Resort at Plantation Makai. Must Plantation really be in the name? Ugh, that doesn't sound all that safe.
And we're
Got
back.
out of that riptide.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I wanted to mention Riptide, yeah. We just got back from watching Rip Girls from Disney Channel, an original movie. I have some thoughts.
I have so many
From
thoughts.
back in the day.
Oh yes.
You know, all I could say is that the protagonist is quite a hot dog.
Do you want me to elaborate on that? before
What's
people
hot dogger
start?
mean?
I think you should just leave it at that.
It's
I,
like,
I-
no, they're
I
fine
don't
out.
even know.
Well, we
I don't
already
even know what hot
we
dog
read
is.
the description and we talked about 13-year-old girls. So, Jose, why don't you elaborate that phrase?
I don't even know where to begin. I think hot dogger is a phrase that I would use, something that I would coin. So, and I can't quite explain myself, but I like to think that the tone they used it was very positive. So it's like you're kind of outgoing and great.
This movie was
Okay,
very
correct me if I'm
2000s.
wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We heard a
just-
lot of phrases like that. Hot dogs. Like, not just hot dogs. The boy is talking about the main girl, calling her a hot dog. What the hell?
I actually have the definition in front of me of what that means. Hot dog, hot dogger. A person who performs complex, showy, or sometimes dangerous maneuvers, especially in surfing or
Oh,
So it's related?
It's a surfing term?
or AKA
Wow.
or AKA a show off.
That makes sense.
It's
now.
Outgoing, yeah.
Actual term.
Yeah, that
Crap.
makes sense.
Who are
Wow.
we to judge, you know?
Yeah, we didn't.
Wow.
None of us have ever surfed, have we?
I
You
have.
guys actually wrote notes
Oh,
for this. I have
Yasmin
nothing.
hasn't.
Yeah, I have.
Nothing.
I've in Melbourne, and then my boyfriend wants to teach me how to surf.
So
So-
you're a hot dogger.
I guess I am, even though I'm super bad at it.
Hey, I'm from Melbourne. I've never once heard the term hot dogger.
Yeah, no, I've never heard that.
Because you're from Melbourne.
Melbourne,
Oh my
Florida,
God.
not Australia.
You come from the other side of the coast, buddy.
There we go. Yeah,
It's not even the
that's
other
right.
side. It's just the side.
I'm not even from the other side, so I'm a drylander.
A drylander.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know how to
I'm in
really
the bowl.
review this movie. I can say that there's no Disney Channel formula that we're all very much used to for these Disney Channel original movies. Like, it's not a musical, I should say. There's no
No.
pop stars. There are songs, and I will talk about that in a bit. Hold on. Oh my god, I even wrote down there is no liar liar story. I wrote that before there ended up being a liar liar story. It's not even in the protagonist. It's like her friends actually were lying to her the whole time about even really being her
The
friend.
thing about that is like they also try to play off that she had lied when she was like, I've surfed before, but she never really said that she'd surfed.
No.
She's like,
Mhm.
and they immediately realized that she'd never had, so I don't think you can count that as
I
They were all
forgot
just
that she
blaming
said
each other
that.
at that point.
yeah. And so I was like, oh, so we're just gonna drop it and pretend she didn't say that. And they brought it up at the very end, like you can't bring it up now at this point. It's been too long.
But our preconceptions, like what we thought this movie was going to be before going in, nothing was really accurate because for a girls surfing movie, there really was no basic girl power trope where she had to upstage a boy or something. It was just about a girl and her many different relationships on the island, like her relationship with her dad and how he's overprotecting and refuses to talk about her mother or let her go to the beach. Oh, by the way, this is Moana. So her father won't let her go to the beach because that's where her mother died, apparently. And he just wouldn't ever let his daughter go down there, even though he shows no sympathy for his daughter throughout this whole movie. Just saying.
So we were
that
right
pitch
about
for the
that
movie.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
one
that-
thing you guys are right. Yeah.
Imagine them pitching Moana. It's like, guys, picture this. It's the year 2000. You're watching the movie Rip Girls, and it just goes from there.
Her dad was just one of the relationships. She also had relationships with some new friends, quote unquote friends, until they actually really became friends in the end of the movie after learning they backstabbed her or something.
Was it really backstabbing? Because like,
No, but
very-
yes.
like
But what I actually enjoyed in this movie, what I can say I definitely wanted more of, was the relationship she had with her friend's mother, her friend Gia. I can honestly tell you that this made the movie. This actually probably helped bring a lot of the Hawaiian culture stuff into it. I don't know how accurate it really is to Hawaiian culture. I appreciate that they tried, but it's very forced upon. The dialect, I can't even. It's so fake. It's not accurate.
I feel like
Come on,
that
brother.
always happens whenever you do like dialect from like say like Hawaiian or even like Caribbean or anything like that. It's just
Yeah.
like this English, like straight English
Especially-
accent, but then you try to
Yeah.
do like the whole yeah, bruh.
But
Especially considering like the time
was-
that it was made, because now we do have the luxury of people bringing in people from other cultures. And yes, some of the actors, like the girl who played Gia and the girl who played Malia, they were both Hawaiian. I believe Jean Mori is Hawaiian, but the girl who played Gia definitely is. So like, yes, they had the Hawaiian actresses, but having an actress is different than having a actual person who can consult on the movie set.
Yeah.
Because an actress still at the end of the day is at the direction of the director and producers and stuff like that.
Was Malia the
Exactly.
mom?
Yeah.
Malia
Gia's
was the
mom?
mom. Is Gia's mom,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
honestly
And-
would believe that this whole movie was written by that character, and then the Eisner executives that worked under Michael Eisner came into the production and just kind of like rewrote some things, added those 2000 songs, and this. It doesn't mix well, even though it was made in the year 2000. Parts of this movie actually feel very timeless, but then you remember this was made in the 2000s when they want to remind you.
Yeah.
And
Like
it was
when
actually, you
she-
can definitely feel that at some parts of the movie. Like, you're like, oh yeah.
But she
this
was
is, like-
surfing, right?
Yeah.
Because it was like, this is actually pretty nice Hawaiian moment on the beach with the friends. But then she starts surfing, and then boom, cue pop song.
Okay, here, turn it. Yeah, that's the way.
What a great song.
it really was.
It's great.
But yeah, I love Malia. I love Gia's mom.
Yeah.
She was my favorite character, and that's not just
Same.
because the actress was in Star Trek, because she was in Star Trek's Search for Spock.
Mhm.
You know, gotta plug in my love of Star Trek again.
Mhm.
But from the get go, like her first line was, "Don't feel sorry for yourself. You're fine." I was like, "Oh yes, I love this character, and I would die for her."
Was she
Uh,
an A-lister in Star Trek?
No, so in Search for Spock, she was just one of the helm crew members, and then she played a princess in one of the episodes as well.
Oh, so she was just there.
She was just there, yeah. She just,
Okay.
but yeah. So that's why I really liked her for that. And she, like, at the end was one of the few characters who was like, I understand why you did it. When they all thought she sold the land, and so she was the one who was like, yeah, I get it. I understand why you did it. While
Right.
everyone else was like being terrible to her.
We gotta talk about that plot of the movie because it was hardly even a part of
Yeah.
the movie. It was in the
Yeah.
description as like a big plot, but it wasn't. I forgot that there was this whole B plot where she, I guess, not her parents, but she was the one who has to like sign a
Make a
legal
decision.
contract about
Mhm.
selling land to a hotel business or something
Yeah.
to turn the island that they lived on, or that her mother is from, I should say, that they traveled to, turn into a resort. I don't understand why the 13-year-old is the one that has to sign that deal. And they even sprinkled that plot throughout the movie. It still felt like a shoehorned thing in the end just to have a climax. And that's part of the reason why there was a liar liar story, because her friends were being fake, pushing this girl to make the decision to save the island and not let it become a resort. Oh my god, this is Hoot. Do you remember that book or movie? Hoot with
Yeah, I
the
remember
like the
Hoot, where,
pancake
like-
house turning in the woods.
Because it was like the house, like the home for like the owls.
Yeah, the owls were living there, but they wanted to add some sort of like pancake chain. And like I said, it's Moana, obviously. And I think it's also the same universe as Johnny Tsunami, because why not?
Allow me to coin it. It's the Kapahala verse, please.
The cup.
Thank you, Jose.
She got back on board.
That's something Disney needs to do is get back on board. Get more Kabahala movies.
Gotta start a petition there.
Yeah, I know with the whole like her being so young, that also messed with me because she's 13.
But she's so old.
Yeah, I feel like so
Well, she
when
said
like
she's so old. She's
Yeah.
13.
Well, one of the things was like Gio was like, "Well, what do you want?" And like I understand she's 13, it's her decision, quote unquote, but she's not the one with a job, and you know she has lives and stuff like that. So like that's something that also goes into that decision, which kind of just like gloss. I understand it's a Disney movie, but like
It's
it
a
kind of-
Disney Channel original
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it's not something you just take lightly. Like we're just gonna move to Hawaii. But yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. Because like she's 13.
I mean, she can't even drive yet, so.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of pressure. She can't even think about
She
it now.
also
Speaking
like,
of which-
legally can't sign a document.
Yeah.
Also, they were popping bubbly before the signing and everything.
Oh yeah, there it is,
Yeah.
like celebrating.
They did say it was like non-champagne for her,
Didn't she say like it was like
but like
sparkling
it
apple
looked
juice or something?
sparkling
like
apple,
that?
Right.
but it looked like champagne.
It looked like champagne. Yeah, it should have been like her dad. It should
He
not
wanted
have
her
been.
to,
Yeah.
except in
Well,
the
the thing
end.
is, at the end, he didn't. He was like, "Listen," he's like, "It's gonna be hard if you don't want to, but if you don't want to, we don't have to."
I remember the last thing he said was, "You made the right decision." Like, then why'd you push her this whole movie to make that decision? You were being such an ass to your daughter.
Well, because he had that whole like conflict in himself with like, "Oh, this is where my first wife died," you know?
Mhm.
The water is
Like-
bad. You can.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This
terrible.
whole island.
Don't go
Also, I
near
have
it.
a problem with them blaming the mother for dying.
That's right.
Dying.
Oh my god,
Yes.
I noted this.
Like, why? Like, oh, why'd she have to die? It was an accident.
They blamed her for it. She didn't even know.
They literally blamed her, and then
I
she
was like-
ripped her photo. I was like, "What?"
It was, she didn't
Of all
choose
people.
to die.
I'm gonna do that when I go to like somebody's funeral. Be like, why did you choose to die?
Someone died from cancer. Why'd you choose to
Why'd you
die?
choose to
Why'd you
die?
Did she
choose-
like take the surfboard one night when she was told like to stay back and all that, and she just happened to fall into the riptide? Even then, you don't just say, "Oh, I need to forgive her now." It was never her fault. It was all an
Yeah.
accident. Like she surfs, she'll go surf. You know.
Yeah.
And then with the dad, you saw like that sort of survivor's guilt in a sense, where he's like, I could have
Yeah.
saved her or something, or
Yeah.
I should have saved her. Like, listen, Superman can't save everybody, buddy. It was an
Yeah.
accident.
Mhm.
Superman
can
theoretically
we-
could save
Yeah.
everybody, but we don't like him.
But can we talk about that stepmother?
Oh, I love
Elizabeth?
her.
Oh,
Coming
she was
in
great.
clutch
Oh, I
for
forgot about
everything.
her.
She's, like
Queen.
pulling
I don't even remember her now.
Sydney away
The Liz.
when
oh
they
man,
were
I
fighting.
love her.
Elizabeth.
Yeah,
Elizabeth.
and then Elizabeth.
She
And
was a queen.
like-
She carried the whole movie. Her and Maria
exactly.
carried
We
it.
gave her so much hate when she first showed up. At least I did. I was like, "Oh, she's gonna be the villain."
I still
Oh,
think
she
Gia's
was the
mom
key backbone.
outshined her though. I just kind
Unsung
of
hero,
chose
yeah.
to forget about her throughout
I
the
mean-
watching of the movie.
She
But
carried
she
that
was, like,
role
a
well.
good supporting. Yeah, like
Yeah.
even
No
like
one cared for her the entire time. She did everything right,
Yeah.
and no one acknowledged it ever.
And I
They gave
kinda-
Malia
even like
more
in the
credit.
signing, and the second signing when they were like giving the offer was like 2 hours to do it. Like her sly remarks were like, "Oh, so you guys want it?" Like things like that. That lady was, in my opinion, the best person.
I think
in
the
this
only
movie.
the only time I didn't like her was she's like, I feel like I'm fighting a ghost. I'm like, that's a
Yeah.
little weird.
I felt bad
I'm
for her.
like,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
come on. Like let the
Yeah.
dude grieve. It's his
Yeah.
first wife and she's dead and he has a child.
and he
with her.
obviously
Like, what the
hasn't like
heck?
worked. He obviously also hasn't.
You don't
Yeah,
just
he also blames her for
forget.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hasn't break up for dying. Yeah.
So Sydney likes to take stalker pictures of her friends, apparently. I don't
Yeah,
think she ever
that's-
had friends.
Okay, going back on the stalker thing too. Who was the second stalker? The adult stalker. They never addressed that issue in the
Well, Malia,
binoculars. In the binoculars, there was
That was
like two
Malia.
scenes. Like
I feel like that could
Are
have
you
been
sure?
Malia. That could have been Malia.
But they
I don't
didn't,
know
like,
why. Yeah.
state it though. It didn't look
Yeah.
like her either, and they didn't state who it was or why she was doing it.
Oh, I guess we gotta find out on Rip Girls too.
Oh.
Oh,
okay.
absolutely.
There is
Coming
no
soon.
Rip
Revenge of the Rip.
There is no Rip Girls.
Yeah, it was really not. I don't know. I really like Malia's character. I really like kind of the relationship they had. Also, I didn't like the dad and the fact that Malia like low-key hated the dad. Just icing on the cake. She
I
was
thought they
Yes.
dated. I thought
Yeah.
that's why he wasn't looking at her.
No,
Like yeah,
I
yeah,
was-
and her mom was best friends with Malia. That's something we didn't say before.
Yeah.
That's why I thought, oh man, tension that he probably picked the friend over her, even though they probably dated first, sort of story. But no, it doesn't actually go into that trope, so fine.
I want to say the one thing I liked about this movie, which I guess was kind of hidden, and especially Malia, in the sense of her bringing Sydney to like trying to push her to learn about her culture. I think it's kind of cool that they were part of the movie was like not forgetting who you are, and especially I want to say like for people who are biracial too, that's harder to have to what they say, like pick a side, sort of. I mean, even me being Asian American too, it's like I don't speak the language as much, and going off like all that. And so I think that was kind of cool how they were trying somewhat push that. I don't think they pushed it enough.
She was definitely
sense, but they were touching in that
it.
area.
They pushed in a weird way. Like I understand where you're coming with that, because I'm Hispanic and Asian, and so for me, I also have that weird I kind of have to pick which one I want to do and like which one I really want to represent at all times.
Not one side enough, but you're not the other side.
Yes, I know.
You're like,
yeah.
I can relate to that too.
It was a little it was a little weird. Yeah, you can definitely relate to that, Peter.
Yeah.
But the way that they kind of portrayed it, I didn't realize that the mom was Hawaiian, and even
she didn't look it.
Really?
I assume she was from a completely white family, just
Yeah,
inhabiting
because
this
even
island,
when-
being rich, taking over their culture, and putting a resort on it.
Yeah, and even when you see the pictures of her, they're either in you still can't see because they're all grainy because they're supposed to be pictures from when she was in high school, and the movie was from the 2000s, so obviously the mom was in high school in the 90s, if anything, like the latest. So they're all really bad pictures. So I couldn't really tell. Because it could she could have just been someone who was white who grew up in Hawaii. That's kind of it's definitely it was something that you could have definitely felt, because again, you want to have her experience her culture and stuff like that, but it didn't really show that she was Hawaiian.
I mean, I think the luau was kind of nice in the sense of Sydney learning to dance or going out.
Yeah, that was nice. That was a good
try
scene.
the culture.
Yeah.
That not being pushed all the way and forced to do it as far as she.
I also liked that her dad didn't yell at her after that. Obviously, her dad had a lot of problems with everything, but her dad didn't push and yell at her.
You said the luau, you liked the tension between the boy and the girl as they're listening to the story.
Yeah, I really liked the whole when he was translating the storytelling for her. But I hated the kiss. I don't know, something about that kiss.
No, yeah, they ended up kissing.
It
You
seemed
would
awkward.
expect it to be interrupted by something as Disney Channel original movie. Yeah, funny.
Yeah.
I mean, we did get interrupted. We got interrupted by the whale.
We gotta talk about that whale.
CGI whale. That was Fantasia 2000 did much better.
It's a bad whale. Oh my god, it looks so bad.
I don't know why I said it like that. I mean, it's Fantasia 2000. Obviously, the art's going to be beautiful.
The whale. Just looking at the Wikipedia, so I feel like the whole movie was rushed in the sense, and so many stories, so many directions they were trying to go. Oh, the character, what was I don't even know his name. The caretaker, I guess. I
think wasn't it Bo? Bo, the attorney.
Yeah.
Bo.
Yeah.
Yeah, attorney. Yeah, he was just there.
Yeah, you're just
I'm pretty sure he's Hawaiian too. But looking at Wikipedia, apparently they made one movie a month for the entirety of 2000. So I can see why.
Yeah.
really?
One of them was Xenon, right?
No. Quince is in there.
Quinn.
Jose's face.
Alley Cat Strike, Colors of Friendship.
Oh,
Rose of
Kevin.
Friendship was 2000.
Listen, that's a movie right there.
That's well. But
I gotta say though, this movie is harmless for the younger audience. It could have been much worse. You could have had the bratty protagonist, and we would probably had to eat that up and think it's okay to act like that, or whether it's for comedic purposes or not. But no, this kid just wanted to learn more about their culture, more about their mom. It's definitely a story about trying to grow better in the relationships in her own family and grow more friend relationships. And that's fine. And even having Hawaiian culture in it, this is fine. It's just the 2000s era and the weird writing where they have to always think, now this is for Disney Channel. Okay, it might be distracting and take you out of it every now and then, but it's not something I can really say I want to go watch again. But if you're just a little kid, especially in this era, it's fine. It's probably not timeless. Some of it's kind of cringy, but it's okay. It really is. Do you guys think that?
I mean, this is really high praise coming from the person who was at the beginning of it, at the beginning of the show, was kind of
this is
at
my
the beginning
thing.
of the
Oh no!
I'm just gonna give it a harsh review before
But
watching it and
this
apologize after.
You were just oh, when I get to it, I really want to do this. Like you would literally, your voice was like you had no energy, like you didn't want to watch
Because
that
I
movie
really
at all.
thought it was going to be that girl trope of young 13-year-old girls having to prove that they're one of the guys too, which is like, but I guess I'm thinking too far ahead of that. This is 2000s. It doesn't necessarily have to be that movie. Disney Channel wasn't really doing that yet. So
I also
this is
personally like the
fine.
girl trope, so I'm just gonna
No.
get over here.
Look, I'm talking about the basic.
Oh.
The
You know?
basic ones.
Yeah, I kind of like those too, because growing up, I wasn't super like
Like the new
film
Mulan
knowledgeable. I can go on forever about the new Mulan movie. Yeah, honestly.
Oh.
Actually, I haven't watched that yet.
So
Me either.
I have both
Neither
pros
I.
and cons when it comes to that, and I'm just gonna keep this short because it's not about the Mulan movie, and I could have that discussion
They
another time.
simplified it to a basic.
They simplified it to a very
girl trope
basic
of-
T.
Yeah.
But you also have to look at it as someone who is younger and doesn't know much about movies and how they're made and stuff like that. Because a lot of young kids watching these movies, they need that base. I can see you want to say something. You'd say something.
I think kids are smarter than we give them credit to.
Oh yeah, it's again the 2000s Disney, and the people who are watching these, yes, they're gonna be 13-year-olds, they're gonna be 10-year-olds who are watching them,
Mhm.
and at that time, or like around that time, was a lot of time where we were still getting to that place where girls were being told they can do more. And even now, we're still in that time where girls are being told they can do more. So a lot of times, girls need that push. Like, yeah, you can be better than guys, and those tropes really do mean a lot. For me, they were a huge thing growing up. Like, she's the man when she had to join the.
You know what? She's the
and
man. I love
Buttercup.
She's the Man, but this movie is not that trope. It's not at all like talking
This
about
movie's not
girl
that trope,
power.
no.
Like, there's not really like feminism sort of story arc that we
Yeah, no,
constantly
this
see in
isn't
movies.
about that.
This is just a movie knowing, oh yeah, girls can surf. Duh. Enjoy it. Have a good time watching this movie. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm glad it went far beyond my expectations on that level. Thank God, because that would make it a lot more unbearable to watch. But I actually can't say that. I'm saying that I actually appreciate that it wasn't so, expected.
Mhm.
Hi everyone, Future Peter here. I want to interrupt right here to make a bit of a disclaimer that I know how I sound, and I don't think my point was made all that clear. First, what I mean is there is a wrong way to write female leads, and sometimes it's noticeable when they're written by male executives just for a quick cash grab. And I mention Mulan because in the new Mulan, she is born as a fighter and a warrior that in the other original Mulan, she never anticipated to be a warrior. She only went to war in replacement of her father. The trope itself is honestly not the problem, it's just how it's written, and if it's as basic as that, where there's just no layers or no character development to help make it even a good movie, those are the movies I get tired of seeing, and I know they can do better. That is all. Back to the podcast.
There was another Disney Channel retro movie that was this girl trope with surfing. I forget the name.
I don't
Google it.
remember.
Surfing.
I
I kind of
will-
avoided surfing movies just because I don't like surfing.
Why, bro? You're like a serious hot dogger, though.
Come on,
Oh my
bruh.
God.
Come on, bruh.
Bruh.
Shaka,
Come on,
bruh.
sister.
Come on,
As
bruh.
someone who grew up in New York City, I didn't care for it.
As someone who grew up
City
near the
girl.
beach, I never cared for it.
See?
As someone who grew up in the middle of Florida, I thought it was pretty cool.
Fair enough. When Sydney hit the riptides and she was like twirling and twirling and twirling. I think we've all been there in the ocean waves where, the seashells are scratching our backs and we get out with cuts
yeah.
and bruises. I don't know if
Oh.
she got that. Okay, Disney Channel original movie, fine. She had like one little cut on her forehead, but I just
She had definitely had
expected to
more
see
at
it.
the end of the.
Yeah.
They wanted to show
Yeah,
it.
the second one was better.
They showed her like tumbling in the water. So if you're gonna do that, I think it has to look a bit more dramatic than just her doing like fancy twirls in water.
Yeah.
Like the worst part of the riptides is when you're like constantly hitting the ground and you have just no control of getting back up. And when you're in a riptide, this is what I always actually learned.
To the left,
You
right.
always have to drift and just slightly turn towards the shore. Don't try forcing it as
Yeah.
hard, going back to where your beach chairs are. You just gotta like go a mile out, constantly drift back to shore. Other than that, Sydney probably had a great time riding the EAC, so it looked fun.
Did they ever finish talking about or like thought process of the subplot of her like saying, oh, her mother should like feel her mother, or like when she was underwater, she's like someone was watching her or something like that. I don't
yeah.
know. It
They
was just
never
weird. That and then
continued on with.
yeah, it was just like that scene, and I
So with the room scene, it wasn't like that she felt her mom with her or anything like that. She just said that she remembered her mom taking her there when she was.
that's right. Yeah,
That-
again,
that
I just
one
feel like No
Yeah, sorry,
crime.
watching that bedroom scene, I was like, so you can remember your mom bringing you chew, but you can't remember really much else about your mom.
What a hot dogger.
Dogger.
The hot dogger.
Hot dog.
So who said that?
That scared me.
Mickey Mouse is here.
How did I do this last time? I'm not gonna continue.
Yes.
You did do it last time.
Oh yeah, you did, because I was talking about.
But I mean, for our first one, good start.
It can only go
Well,
up. From
It's
here.
only go up from here. Yeah.
I feel like this always
it
happens.
can't be
Like,
worse.
too. Every
That's
Unless you
time.
get
Watch this.
quiz.
It's
Unless you
You've
get
watched
twitches.
this movie, and then you're gonna get Quince as the next movie. There's no going up. There's a chance
Hey,
of it. Just
we'll
going
find out.
downhill.
We'll find out real shortly.
I think I still like Quince, but I guess it has been a while since I've seen it.
I
You're gonna
now
get
want to
that.
watch Quince.
You're gonna get the color of friendship. You're gonna get
Wait, that's a great
told you.
Kevin,
I told you that movie.
Did you just wait? Are you saying it's a good movie, or you were?
No, it's. I hated it.
You hate the
Okay,
they
let's
say
put the
the
color of
N
friendship.
word in the color of friendship.
Okay, here's my thing though about that movie.
Yeah, they
I don't
do.
care.
It's a little bit too much to take in as a child. I'm gonna be real.
It gets pretty deep for Disney Channel
I mean-
standards. I should add.
Well,
2000.
yeah.
Oh my God.
That's where
But
that's where
nice.
Roger went apparently then for this year for that
Mhm.
2000 year.
I wouldn't be disappointed if we got that one.
You got a
Did we-
free pass to use this word in this one movie word. It's important.
No. No.
Oh
No.
That's 100%.
The choir of no's.
Disney used their one.
I'm calling you out, Disney Channel. I know you're up on your own shit.
No, not Disney Channel. All of Disney used
Behind
their
you.
pass. I mean,
So it's between Quince and Color Friendship.
at least we watched something none of us seen before,
Next-
so
next
check
to you?
that off the list.
I will be honest. I do remember this movie back in the vault, but I do not remember any of it.
Mm.
And the same goes for watching. I didn't have any notes because it just reminded me of that scene in Rick and Morty where when the sun just comes up and it's screaming. It was screaming the entire time for me until the end of the movie.
I zoned out for like the first half of the movie. I'm not gonna lie.
And I
Yeah.
only know what they were saying because there were subtitles.
I never remembered this movie, and I watched a lot of DComs in my day.
Yeah, I don't remember this movie.
I've never seen this movie.
I don't know if like
It
5-year-old me
also
would watch this.
it reminds me because like I know that I've seen it because it was one of those as a kid watching Disney Channel where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna change to Cartoon Network. Or I'm gonna go to or like even more
Time to
so
watch
when I was
Drake and
becoming
Josh.
an adult. Yeah,
Or
like
just-
I was
yeah.
growing up and I was 16 years old and
Yeah.
it's 2 a.m. and then they put that one Disney Channel original movie and they put
Actually
that on. I was
remember
like, okay, this isn't Brink. So
That was probably the last time I saw Quince.
I'll play-
like
I'll
2
play
in the
Halo
morning.
Reach.
And then you're just
Yeah, I
looking
was
for
like,
Legend
wow,
of
like
Hidden
they
Devils.
know their audience. Like this is not me. Remember, it used to be a lot worse back in 2000,
Can of
where
worms.
it would hit, or it was no longer Disney Channel. It was the old people Disney, where they would play the even older stuff.
Gummy bears. Disney
Bears.
Afternoon.
Ripples Through Time, where like I would still feel
yeah.
the same way.
That could be its own theme, like the Disney Afternoon show.
Oh my God.
Like the Disney Afternoons shows.
Yeah.
The new DuckTales is actually much better than the original. I said it.
I really like the new DuckTales. It's like they put their last season up on Disney Plus now, so I like have to go watch that soon.
I'm just waiting for the Rescue Rangers live action movie.
You actually care?
Yes, I do.
That was very dramatic.
It's like
Very necessary pause.
My love for Honorary Jack knows no bounds because his
Just-
name is something after cheese.
I'm just so done with Disney live actions that this does not sound appealing. They should just go full on Alvin and the Chipmunks with it, not
do
actually
well.
Do
making
you
them
feel
humans.
like the live action Lilo and Stitch will do Hawaii justice?
I forget that's
Oh, no.
happening.
Oh, I would
That's
love
an
to see
actual
that
thing?
though.
Isn't
That
Cruella coming out tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm excited for that
As
one.
of recording this,
excited
yes.
for that one.
yeah.
Man, I like Glenn Close.
Emma
Meh.
Stone, but
Emma, that
I'm
origin
a harsh
story.
critic,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You.
Dog.
but-
No.
but then I
Don't
give this
say-
movie like a decent pass. so-
Yeah. I'm excited for. I like watching the live action. I like comparing
You
them.
like
Like take a step back.
Dumbo.
Again, I have very specific
I'm
thoughts
judging
because
your
they
opinion.
I
had
mean,
a great
DeVito.
cast. Yeah, they had a great
Yeah,
cast.
Danny DeVito,
But I
man.
feel like
That's
they
it.
wrote their script thinking they're gonna have a terrible cast.
The kids
but
sucked.
It's like
Whoa.
they were pretty
What?
again, the script and the direction. Because you have to also look at this.
Peter.
Like, I hate
think the
saying
kids
it.
still sucked.
Twilight. Kristen Stewart is a pretty decent.
They all
actress.
are.
if you
They're
look
all
at
good.
exactly, but they're
Movie's
all
terrible.
super bad
Yeah.
in Twilight.
You can
Because
have
look
a
at what they
great
were
actor
given.
and a bad director. Daredevil is a tried and true example of that, of having a great actor and then having horrible direction.
I
Yeah,
think
and
Tim
then it
Burton is a
always
great
ends up-
director. Dumbo sucked.
I have my thoughts. I
Whoa.
like a lot of the cast.
Peter's turning me off to this movie. Like,
Yeah,
I haven't
yeah,
seen
yeah.
it,
It's
but,
a really
Peter's
good thing
making it
to
hard for
watch.
me to watch it.
If you don't like the original, because that's again, when you're watching these live action movies, you have to think of it as their own thing. Don't think of it
Big
as a
passion.
remake.
I wish Disney.
Yeah,
did.
are
Think of
you
it as a
are you
standalone.
holding it? Yeah, like are you holding
And
it
that's
to
your-
like I watched Dumbo the cartoon to like
Exactly.
No.
And so
Dumbo the movie?
Because The Lion
That's
King
what-
was a shot-to-shot remake, and I hated that.
Exactly.
I also
Well,
agree.
that's the
I
problem a
was
lot of
doing
people
that.
have had
Everything.
with Mulan. Because for me, I went into Mulan knowing the original story, not the
Yeah.
animation.
Mhm.
And if you go in knowing the original story, it's a pretty good one to go
Which
into.
is also one that I didn't see yet, though.
I
And
like
it was
102
one that-
Dalmatians. That is my favorite.
So I'm
Oddball just
excited
wanted to
to
get her spots.
Very passionate. Wow.
Wow.
Very
Wow,
passionate here.
Cruella's gonna be your movie, isn't it?
I will say
Actually, I
I'm
don't care for it.
Oh.
I'm cautiously optimistic for Aladdin 2 and Lion King 2 because they're gonna have
It's
their
called
own
Simba's
source
Pride. Go
material.
watch it.
Yeah.
Listen, we're not getting
as
no
long as-
Kovu in here. We're getting some.
Yeah.
I mean, unless we are.
Deception.
Just need to divert from the animated and just do their own series or like plot line.
They are. It's like all Aladdin's
Yeah.
getting scrapped. It's gonna be its own deal.
Good.
What
And
did
they're
you
getting.
think
Oh,
about
I
Aladdin?
actually liked Aladdin. That was the only
No joke.
Did you
one
ever
out of the
say,
live
did you guys
action I
like-
saw.
So I
Aladdin was
actually
good.
auditioned for the Aladdin live action.
Really?
I did.
What?
Really?
I
Whoa.
auditioned
I
for
should
it.
have applied too.
Because I don't know, I like the movie and I feel like I'm a decent singer, so I just went for it.
Are we just hearing about this?
Yeah.
I feel
Wow.
like I told you guys. I know everyone at my other job, they know about this because they were like, you can sing, and that's how they figured it out. And then we were having a party one day and like we were doing karaoke and A Whole New World came on and I sang it and they jaws
You-
dropped. It was
You
great.
should have just dropped a Christmas jingle on them.
Yep.
Oh my
Totally
God.
should have.
You guys do know that the girl who plays Jasmine in the Aladdin
She's from
remake,
Lemonade Mouth.
Lemonade Mouth. I'm
Yes.
tying this
Oh,
back to Disney
Lemonade
Channel original
Mouth.
movies.
Yeah.
I
There
hope we
go.
get that, please.
Oh, that was
That's
good.
definitely
And
like
Twitches.
after my time of watching Disney Channel every
Twitch
day,
is always back to
but
the
it's still
Twitches.
decent of a movie.
I did not like
It's
that
a-
movie.
I liked it.
It's decent.
I've never seen that movie before. Never seen it.
The only thing I liked about it was the bottle or the can that the lemonade came in.
I like the songs. I don't know. I just
That's
really
very
liked the
specific.
songs.
I know.
Save.
Did we ever talk about that? Take it back to Rip Girls. The one.
Don't bring it back to Rip Girls. Rip Girls is
I won't wait.
R.I.P.
Oh, we never.
R.I.P.
We never.
R.I.P. that.
R.I.P. girl.
We never talked about right after Sydney was finished surfing. What was his name? The love
Kona?
potential.
Kona?
Was it Kona? Kona? Yeah.
Kona.
How he was surfing and it happened to be like a random like skateboarding thing there, like a ramp, like happened to be there.
Oh
like,
yeah. In the
Oh,
middle
yeah,
of
how
the
I mentioned
yeah,
mountain.
happened to be there next to the beach.
The half pike on the mountain that's next to the beach.
Like
Yeah.
right next to a cliff next to the beach.
That's so safe, right?
Well, at least we know how you got that cast.
Yeah, isn't that how he said he got it in the movie too?
Yeah, he fell. They did say something like he fell
This
off.
reminded me of
the
that
cliff.
scene with Chris Farley where he's falling down and straight up like 2 minutes of him rolling down a hill. It's funny because he's fat. I'm crying. Oh my god.
I'm just thinking of Kona. Just,
That's straight up what it is. That Kona got his cast.
So I think this is a good time to look back at the what do we call this thing? The review-o-meter scale.
the thermometer scale.
The thermometer scale. It is a thermometer scale, but the review-o-meter scale. And now it's time to just rate what we like, our favorites to our least favorites.
Are we gonna do it from like water temperature freezing, so like 32 degrees Fahrenheit to like 100?
So, I can't even think of words. Okay.
Anyways, so because this is our first Disney Channel original movie and our Disney Channel original movie theme, we can compare it to the last 3 things we've seen, which were Lego, Star Wars, The Power of the Jedi Temple, Rise of Skywalker, and actually fine, pick whatever you want, Star Wars Blips or Caravan of Courage. Compare all 4 then, or 5.
Compare it to Caravan of Courage first.
Caravan Courage.
Please, someone.
This is not going to matter so much, but this is just for our own fun to decide which ones we liked so far. I mean, do you think Rip Girls is better than Rise of Skywalker?
No.
Well,
Yes.
hold on.
What? Whoa. Kevin.
No, I actually have nothing to say. That never mind.
I was like, plot twist.
I agree. I'll watch Rise of Skywalker countless more times over this.
Oh, 100%.
Is it better than the Lego Star Wars Jedi, the Power Temple thing?
No.
No, that was also pretty funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shang, thoughts?
No. Yeah. No. Lego.
Okay.
Lego Star Wars.
Okay.
Is this better than
Star Wars
Star Wars
Blips?
Blips?
No.
I mean,
It is
No.
hard to
I mean, you know,
compare,
I-
but fine.
I was in a, it is
Yeah.
kind of, yeah.
Star Wars
it's kinda
Blips
difficult.
gives, like I said, they really do deliver what they promise, and they're just
Yeah.
fun little
Yeah, it's
animation. You
little
can't
shorts.
compare this movie.
Yeah.
Caravan of Courage, the
Okay,
question
this
that
is-
we've all been waiting for.
Okay,
This is the
this
real
is
better than
tough one
Caravan of
right
Courage.
This is gonna be tough.
I was gonna say Caravan of Courage and then this because this is pretty bad.
Oh.
Have you even
I was
seen
planning
it?
on no, and I could just tell you now. I was planning on go to Hawaii this December. I'm definitely not because of this movie.
Oh my god. They were in Australia.
Lying.
Why are you doing
You're
that?
straight up lying.
They were in Australia. Come on.
Yeah.
It was still pretty bad. It just ruined Hawaii for me, man.
Wow.
Dang, a whole other state ruined from one movie.
Crazy, like one continent to another.
You're right.
Completely
I'll never go to the planet of Ewoks. I don't even know planet they're from.
Is it Endor?
Endor? Okay, so Caesar, what do you think?
Just because Caravan Courage, that's Ewok. I'll put Rip Girls below that. So Rip Girls is even number 5. So like as of right now, Rip Girls is like probably the worst of all of them.
Hey, someone's got to be last, right?
It's
And
me.
Rip Girls. I'm
Girls.
sorry to tell you this, but you're being buried in this list. R.I.P. on your tombstone. Caravan of Courage goes above you because I actually got a lot of enjoyment of Caravan of Courage when Wicket and
Yeah.
Sindel had that moment of Star Cruiser
And-
Crash that I still use in
and-
our shuffler thing at the end.
And,
I guess now
and
it's
May-
gonna be the beginnings.
and Mace being a dick most of the movie.
Yeah, that was fun. And the Ewoks, they're cute
Yeah.
and vicious. Don't forget, they're like the most vicious
They're
warriors
they're
in Star Wars.
They're monsters. Yeah.
They're different.
Sorry,
breed.
Rip Girls. Maybe next time. You still have a
R.I.P.
whole Disney Channel original movie marathon to push through, so they might actually come in second or even first. You never know. We could literally be seeing some stinkers after
They're
this.
funny.
I mean, that's if we watch
Funny.
like
I don't know. I've never seen Zapped, which is
What the hell is that?
what is
Oh,
that?
that's the one with Zendaya in it.
Zendaya.
Where with the whole app and she kind of has an app to control guys.
Oh.
Zendaya's a great
okay.
actress, but I don't think
That was a
that's gonna
pretty
be one of her
bad
best
movie,
works.
not gonna
I'm gonna be
lie.
real.
Now I want to watch that.
I hate that I'm the only one who's seen that movie.
I've seen the trailer for it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
how I know
It's
it.
like
I've never heard of it until now.
I haven't heard of any I don't watch any new Disney Channel originals.
Well, for when I was still like in early high school when that one came out, I think.
2014.
Yep, I was in high school. Oh no, I was in middle school for that one.
Whoa, man.
I was a
No, it's
senior in
in
high
high
Wait,
school.
what?
I
Yeah, I was a
was
In high
senior.
school.
Hold
I
on.
was a sophomore in high school. My goodness, I feel old.
Yeah, I was like just going into, depends on what time of the year. I was just going into high school.
So it catered to you.
Peter, we're
maybe.
old.
Yeah.
I'm older than you. We're still a young audience. We've been praising the prequels and these Star Wars themes. So
That's true.
we got people thinking like, oh, these guys like the prequels.
Children.
I can defend the prequels to a degree. I still know what kind of movies George Lucas made.
So do we have any more ratings for?
Kevin, did you go?
Oh no.
Kevin, go then.
So you know how I usually like underdog story, Caravan of
Yeah.
Courage. Unfortunately, Rip Girls, as Jose said earlier, R.I.P. I'm getting ripped tonight. R.I.P. to this movie actually. So
Yep.
unfortunately, it's at the bottom. Yeah, that's my rating.
I was saying.
I still haven't seen Caravan.
Then this isn't going to be a fair review. you know?
No, yeah. I think I'm putting Rip Girls below it.
Wow.
My goodness.
Wow.
Because
It's
at
the
least
worst
Star
thing
Wars,
we
you
watched.
still have like lore, though. You still have like some connection and some things, and so
Yeah.
yeah, I'll give that one credit for that.
I can only imagine if like we going in, we thought everything that we said it was how bad we thought it was gonna be, like that actually happened. It probably would be the same rating anyway, if you think about it.
Yeah.
If you-
Yeah, because the ways that it was different was like what we actually liked about it.
Yeah.
Oh, if it like actually met our expectations, that would have been bad.
Jose?
I haven't seen any of the other movies that you talked about except Rise of Skywalker, but I'm not going to include that. But of all the Disney Channel original movies that I've seen so far for a review meter, this is by far the worst of them.
Well, everybody, that is our take on Rip Girls, the Disney Channel original movie from the year 2000. Again, It's a harmless movie. I wouldn't judge you if you said this was like something you really loved as a child, or, you know, if you still have like the nostalgia for it. I get it. I see it. Does it really hold up? Probably not. It really was a 2000s movie and it just shows and it's just so cringy. But I do appreciate what they tried going for, the story they wanted to tell before like the Disney Channel executives like had to pinpoint certain things and change and scratch off some things. Yeah, no, it's not the movie we kind of hoped for, but I guess and hope that it did bring some entertainment, at least to you, a review of it.
I mean, in a sense, it could be a little inspiring to, like, hopefully, maybe a little, like, some small minority in, like, the generation of now. Like, you know, if you're going through tough times, you know, this movie you can count on, or if you want to, unless there are other options.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Yeah.
So here's hoping we get something fun to watch next time.
Which is
Quince.
We're not going to randomize today. We're going to do that at the beginning of the next episode because I feel like if it's another Rip Girls, I'm going to get no one on the show. Nobody's going to want to come. So we're all going to suffer together like we did today, and we're going to have fun if you choose to come next time.
If you're available.
Yeah.
if I come on this episode into another Rip Course, I'm immediately going off.
It'd be like, oh, my connection.
Oh no, I just forgot. I have like dinner to go to. Sorry, I gotta go.
I have to go clean my laundry and vacuum my carpets.
Does anyone have anything to plug? Yasmin.
I do not. This is just this podcast. Absolutely amazing, and I love being on it.
Kevin.
Honor to be here. Tell everyone, friends, family, your thing.
Shang.
Yeah, again, an honor. It was fun. Great conversations. Thank you guys. And can't wait for the next one.
Jose.
At least it wasn't Quince.
That's all you want to plug?
Yeah.
Excuses.
No excuses. Go to
There
the
we
gym
go.
if you haven't. Right there,
Yes.
every day. No
There
excuses.
we go.
Yeah, and then you can follow Kevin's Twitch account at OCAP. I don't know how to spell it, but that's how you say it. And yeah, that's it.
Caesar.
Just catch the podcast on Spotify and Google Podcasts and many more platforms.
Yeah, I also post the podcast on my YouTube channel, PJM Entertainment. I've also recently created a Twitter account for Review-O-Meter. Hopefully in the future we can randomize suggestions of titles that you all can suggest on Twitter. That would be fun to do, so go ahead and go follow that. Thank you everyone for joining in on this episode. We all suffered together, but I'm glad it wasn't as terrible as it really came out to be, and we had a lot of fun just, you know, ripping on this movie.
I see what you did there.
Reminds me of Blitz.
So on that note, it's time to end this podcast. Join us next time and we will watch a new Disney Channel original movie. Or maybe not new. We'll go watch a Disney Channel original movie in our theme. I don't know how to end this. Play the theme music. Theme music!